Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like you if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Big Los, and welcome to another episode of The Noize. I can no longer do the On Black Podcast Month because we have had an unexpected message. We've had an unexpected early end to Black Podcast Month this month. So just want to say thank you to all of our guests that we've had on throughout the month of February. We've had some amazing shows, got some amazing information out there. And again, make sure y'all check out all those podcasts. Fortunately, our final guest for the month, scheduling conflict and all that, but definitely best of luck to them. And if you saw them on the actual promotion itself, definitely check them out as well. They're a solid podcast to listen to. Yeah. End of the day, we're all about supporting people of color, as well as podcasters of color. So that's the whole purpose of Black Podcast Month. So again, thank you to all the listeners for checking in with us throughout the month of February. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the big three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And of course, you can follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. Kev, how are you, sir?
I'm good. My daughter was sick this week, so naturally she passes it to everybody else.
Oh, of course. That's how I go.
Get unsick like 2 days later.
Like, well, I'm cool. What's good with y'all immune system?
Other than that, same old same.
Good shit. My week was busy as hell per the usual. But it is what it is. We're going to keep moving forward with everything we got going on. It's going to be a really good 2019 that we've, spoken on more than the usual. But just because Black Podcast Month is technically over now doesn't mean we still don't get solid people on the show.
Not at all.
It doesn't mean that we still don't bring family through one time for the one time.
Nah.
We're wrapping Black Podcast Month 2019. We're wrapping it up with our first Black Podcast Month guest ever. Yeah. It's full circle.
Yeah.
So if you've been listening to The Noize for some time, you already know who it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Rach Da Gem. Almost gave your other nickname to the show again.
Hey everybody, thanks for having me, you guys.
Absolutely. How have you been?
I didn't know that. I didn't know we were the first. I thought we were like week 3.
Were y'all week 3?
I don't know. I just didn't. Either way, I'm back. So
exactly.
But I'm good.
No, I think y'all were the first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was there for because I only did a half of it. Yeah, I think you were the first.
Y'all were the first. It was y'all. Then it was Lemon Shade. Then Twice Talk. Then we wrapped up with
the one from
Sophisticated Ignorance. Yeah. Exactly. So y'all were the first.
Okay. Well, Melanin Boulevard back in the building.
You feel me? Gunshots.
Bow. Cat.
That's
what was that?
It was my little.
Was that a cap gun?
It was a pea shooter. A cat. I don't want to hurt you, but I'm gonna get your
Just
attention.
trying to scare you.
She wants you to get the point that she stays strapped and ready to go.
Right. This is step
she knows
one.
She ain't gonna do nothing with it.
Yo, can you imagine having like a legit gunfight with a musket in 2019? Like niggas is really like dumping on you, just sitting here like, wait till I get this shit. This motherfucking gunpowder.
As soon as I load this shit, it's
over for you. Just sitting this whole time, just you gonna get that one shot off. You still got 3 other niggas to hit.
Right.
But we are happy to have you back on the show. We do have our live coming up next week. The first Noize live cast, the first of many to come. But we wanted to get some subjects out the way that we feel would really clutter the live cast. We're still going to kind of bring it up just to really see how y'all feel about it. But as far as getting our shit off, we want to take that opportunity and have the conversations here. So, Rach, I know that, you're very PC. You don't like to tick people off. You don't like to rub them the wrong way.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh. I didn't know. I didn't know that was me. That's
news to me.
Ain't that that's what the new Melanin Boulevard is, though, right?
No,
it's all about making people feel safe.
No, I mean they can feel safe, but truth is truth.
Facts. Big
feel
facts.
safe, but I'm gonna get my shit off.
Right, absolutely. I'm gonna let you know.
And that's why you have your scary elements because you're 5'3", and it's just chock full of just energy and like suppressed anger. And now that we know you have a pea shooter. Where you, to get your point across.
Cat.
There you go, cat. What's that shit? And the ting go pop. Fuck around with Rach Da Gem and the pea shooter.
No, it's not hot.
No, so we're happy to have you on. We really wanted to really have fun with this. We actually got some drinks as well in the stew, so it's, it's going to be a good episode.
Yeah, I never drink, so we'll see how this goes.
I think it's going to be great. It's always good to get the lightweights on.
Right.
There would have been other substances as well, but everybody frowns at Coke, so it's just kind of
shit,
I'm frowning at Coke. Oh, wait a minute.
So
this shit just turned into a Saturday night.
Right.
Okay.
real quick, it's a whole ass real Saturday.
Right.
But before we get into the show, after this 20-minute long introduction, Rach, how was your week?
It's work and radio and just handling my business. It snowed. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this weather been on some shit.
And-
I think it heard us talking shit about all of our other East Coast guests
Man,
because it's been happening.
It's bad though, because if the weather for winter did this, I can only imagine how the summer's gonna be.
Oh, it's about to be
my God.
all the sun's nutsack
it's
on
gonna
Vegas.
be
Yeah, I'm not trying to come
201
outside if
in
it's
the
easy.
shade. Like,
Yeah.
it snowed, so it kind of was like weird because Thursday it snowed all day where I was.
Yeah.
My kids still had to go to school, but then they called off school on Friday. And when I woke up, I looked out and I'm like, it's beautiful outside.
It's
Like,
it was way warmer yesterday than
the weather was like, got him.
They realized they jumped the gun.
It was supposed to be like a black ice warning. So had everybody, shook. But woke up and it was a beautiful day. There was like bluebirds outside my window.
damn, that was a whole Mary Poppins day.
It was.
Right.
I woke up singing.
I take it as since it doesn't happen in Vegas, I take it as they just didn't know no better. You know what I mean? Like they I don't even think the city has like street plows or something was like that
At all.
We didn't have nothing to get the ice off the windshield. People
One of
using
those salt trucks coming around.
Nothing.
people using players' cards to get the salt off.
Yo,
to get the ice off the window.
Real shit.
That's the most Vegas shit ever.
I have a piece of cardboard in my car right now, looking like
Is that what that cardboard
Yes,
is for?
yes.
I was going to ask you, and I was like, it ain't none of my business. He'll tell me when
looking like a will work for food sign and
yeah, I
shit.
was like,
Because I woke up and when I tell you my car was covered in snow, I was like, dog, come on, man. And then my dumb ass, when I finally went in to get the snow off, as I'm getting the snow off, it starts to snow again.
Oh, shit.
And first of all, it's still a weird sentence to say because this is Vegas.
Right.
Right. It was snowing and raining, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was
That's what
weird.
made it even worse. Like, that was the double up.
yeah.
That was petty. Mother Nature and Father Thomas broke up and he was caught cheating.
She was like, watch what I do.
see what's about to happen. But yeah, I got all that shit off my car and then went in, got ready to go, came back out. My shit was covered again.
Wow.
I would have been mad as hell.
I was like, this is the closest it's ever been to Ohio here.
No, for real.
And that shit don't make no sense. But the fact that when they said there was going to be a black ice warning, I'm like, dog, I'm not going outside.
That's what I said.
I know the dangers of black ice.
But not only that, though, it made me think, like, do y'all really know what black ice is about? Or is this something y'all just heard using as an excuse? Like, do y'all really know?
Imagine if they had like salt trucks outside.
If they had salt trucks outside, then I'd be like, okay, wait.
I'd have been
they must
legit
know some
concerned,
little bit
right?
shit.
I'd have been legit concerned. You saw
Yeah.
somebody out here dropping Epsom
I
salt
would have
like,
been like, hold
dog.
on, something's going on. We don't know about it.
It's
Something's going
the
on.
apocalypse. It's the end of days. And you might as well just, pack up and get ready to go. It's bullshit, though, that Vegas is getting the short end of this global warming shit.
Hell yeah, because next week is the 70s.
Right.
And that don't make no damn sense. Like, all of the, shout out to the Allegra Alliance, all of us allergy sufferers, we going through this shit. You know what I mean? Like, the weather decided to change, and now we all out here sound like Urkel, taking 2 steps and out of breath. Like, I'm already big. So imagine a nigga my size, and I'm walking, I'm
With
out of breath,
allergies.
and I got to explain to motherfuckers, like, no, it's not just because I'm fat. I have allergies, and it's been 3 different, climates outside in the last couple of days. It's cool. Fuck you and your judgment. That's the way I'm going about it. But no, it's like you said, like, we're going to deal with snow for this half. Come summertime, it's going to be like 115, 117.
Ugh.
On a cool day.
And the crazy shit is, if you notice the real pattern, the colder winters that we have,
Hotter summers.
we have the hottest fucking summers.
And the longest, too.
And the
Be hot
longest.
in October.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's my birthday month, so I'm kind of cool with that. But as long as it ain't that, that irritating, ball sticking to the side of your thigh kind of weather, you wouldn't understand. But as long as it's not that, I'm good. But the fact that we had snow lets me know we may beat that 117 record that we had. What was that? 2017?
I don't know. It's going to be hot. I know that. It's going to be hot.
I'm just not looking forward to it.
I'm just not going to go outside.
Can you really avoid it?
Yes, I can.
Just
This is true.
Yes,
limit
I
the clothing.
absolutely can. I can
Limit the
definitely
clothing
avoid
you
it.
wear.
All I can do
My
is
business
not go
hours
outside.
are from 6 until 12.
That's the only time you're going to catch me outside. Is there sun outside? No, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's either going to be him or me.
Right.
But then we get them humid ass nighttime, like it just, where the sweat just kind of sticks to your forehead. It don't drop, it just sits there.
I mean,
I'm just chilling.
I love when it's hot in the summer. You can still hit the pool late at night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is dope.
Still,
That is dope.
nice out.
That is dope.
I'll be at the pool. Catch me at the pool after 7.
But then you also got to be careful though, because now you're out there and then you got that condom that's just floating, looking like a submarine.
Oh no!
You got to deal with those kind of situations.
Maybe in
your
neighborhood.
I said they don't get down like that in y'all complex.
Since I'm an adult though, I can't say like I remember growing up. My mother would say, "Well, yeah, we can go to the pool like when the sun go down or something like that." And as a kid, you're like,
why?
"Man, well, I'm trying to go now."
When it's
As an
hot,
adult,
like-
it make all sense in the
It
world.
make all the sense in the world.
If I'm gonna be out here watching you little motherfuckers, it's
Right, because I'm not getting in, but I'm not about to be,
I'm not
you
gonna
know.
be baking while y'all in there having fun with
Just 'cause
water
y'all
and
enjoying
shit.
yourself.
What? No. Yeah, so I understand it. So
I don't know these struggles, so I ain't got kids.
Imagine how the club scene is going to be with the pools. It's hot. It's going to be people passing out, drunk.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's gonna be scary because, like, if you do hypothetically, let's say you pass or something like that ground is scorching.
Fuck. Yeah.
I
It'll
remember
wake
a
your
couple
ass
years
right
ago-
back up.
A couple years ago,
Damn.
people would pass
Let
out
me
the
get on a
ground and get
lounge
like
chair
second or
real
third degree burns. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
No lie, and I could be an asshole for this. That shit sound funny as hell. Can you imagine somebody fall out, they shit hit, they down there for 3 minutes, and you start hearing,
Oh my goodness.
He's baking. Get him. Get him.
that motherfucker is fried. Anyway, so getting into the show, I think we should go ahead and start with the most talked about subject, which is Jussie Smollett. Is that how you pronounce his name? Smollett?
Smollett.
Hate that nigga's name.
It's a weird fucking name.
Can't be Justin and Jesse. Pick one.
He wants all of it. He wants
Jussie.
all the smoke.
Shit sounds.
That was actually a setup when you think about it. Like, how do you look at your child in the morning and be like, Jussie?
right.
Like, what is Jussie short for? It probably is Justin as we're sitting there talking about
That's right.
it.
Yeah. Maybe he's saying Jesse, but his real name is Justin. I don't know. Shit's annoying.
We are doing our Googles live.
And it's funny because I didn't realize that his sister, I don't know if it's little sister or older sister, but she's an actor. Like she's
Yeah,
been
she was
around.
the little girl in Eve's Bayou.
Yeah, I didn't know like she's been around. So
And that one debate.
That's his sister?
yeah. She been on Family Matters and
A
Full
bunch of
House and
stuff.
shit like that as a kid. Like
His name is Justin.
see that
Jussie, and that's what he chose to go with.
Jussie. What's his middle name? He got a middle name.
I just closed it out.
Oh.
Let me see. We're going to
Wow.
find out. That
Whose
must have been
thought
like a
process
childhood
was
nickname.
that?
Somebody's going to be in the comments that's like a mad big fan.
Obviously, whoever thought process was, there's some leans of fucked up thought processes going on with this guy.
Yeah, it's a bunch of messed up stuff going on with him.
Doesn't say his middle name. Holy shit, that is his sister. They look nothing alike.
No, they don't.
But they do, though. They do, but they don't.
I don't
You
see
can
it.
see how they favor each other. The little curly hair.
I don't see it either.
I mean, outside of the skin color, that's kind of
Yeah,
where it
that's
stops.
only where it stops for me too. Like, oh,
And
yeah.
then he has a brother, too.
Yeah, I just saw Jake Smollett, but apparently he's not special.
And I guess neither is Jussie. That's why I try to pull this shit.
This is true. This is true.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Like, I don't think he I believe he did it, yes, but I don't think it was his idea.
I think it was Lee Daniels' idea.
I'm starting to lean that way too.
Dead ass, because as soon as the punch hit the face, Lee Daniels was like, let me get on Facebook and Instagram real quick.
I'm leaning that
Let me
way
make a
too
video.
because think about it, like we've all lied at some point.
Never. What?
Lied just now.
But she lying now. In the
We've all
presence of
done
the ear
that.
hustlers.
Now, when you're setting up a lie for yourself, you're making sure to cross your T's out your eyes.
Not all the time. Some people just lie.
Some people,
out
yeah,
they
you're
ass.
absolutely right. But I'm talking about something that's elaborate. Like, you know what, I'm going to set this up and so on and so forth. You're trying to make sure that you're
Covered.
But when you're doing that for somebody else,
Don't write a check.
You don't really cross your T's and dot your I's like that. You know what I mean? You give them some shit.
But
and
this was one of those lies that was like, what happened to you last week, nigga? I died, bro. This shit was crazy.
This was like one of those.
This is one of those kind of lies.
Yeah.
Like, come on now.
Yeah, but with that, man, I don't think I think definitely know he did it, but I don't think it was his idea.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I think it was kind of Lee Daniels.
What are your thoughts?
I low-key do think it was something with Lee Daniels. You know how he liked to do. He liked to control people. And if it was a case where Jussie wanted more money and Lee Daniels was like, nah.
But how does that even correlate? Like, unless Lee Daniels was like, can't give you no more money, but if you do this and it somehow fools everybody, then I know you're the greatest actor ever. I'll give you some more money.
Or no, you're going to get other opportunities.
Or that. I don't know.
Because he had appearances Does he have an album? I don't know what stage
I heard he
was
dropped
on.
the album last year.
I mean, maybe he's trying to go on tour. You never know, because it could have been an entire movement behind this. Like, I'm still standing type shit.
Wonder what is he getting paid per episode?
Couldn't have been that great that he orchestrated his own jumping. Here's my issue.
No, it had to be. Regardless on what it is, it had to be. Dude, they film Empire in Chicago. You live in Chicago. You got a job technically down the street from there. And hypothetically, if they're paying you $20K an episode, people is not making $20K a year.
Right.
You work down the street. Like,
But
you know
still,
what I mean? I think it's beneficial regardless of what it is. And me personally, I feel like you're a big enough star on that particular show. That show's big enough to where if you did something like this and it turns out you're lying, like, come on, my nigga. Like, you really thought it had to be legit or you're going to get caught. Like,
Right.
It had to be.
I think that he wanted more. I know you say it's $20,000 an episode, but still, the Big Bang Theory people get what, $1 million an episode?
I think the lead character does.
I think
Yeah.
the lead character does, but I don't know if the lead character got more.
But
experience.
that's nothing.
But who was fucking Jussie before Empire?
Justin.
Old
Justin
girl, little
Smollett.
brother.
Right. So I just think he effed his own self in this whole situation, because he could have gone out, tried to get on somebody else's show, because isn't Boo Boo Kitty on another show? Doing
fuck
other
is Boo Boo
things.
Kitty?
I was who the fuck is that?
On Empire, what's the girl's name?
I don't watch
don't
the
watch
show. Yeah,
I got two episodes in and was like, this ain't for me.
you got more than
Andre.
me. I need to.
What's his name? The girl. Well, since you don't watch the show, Boo Boo Kitty. Everybody
She's
that
about to
watches
describe
the show,
another character, like, not familiar.
if you know Boo Boo Kitty, so she's on another show. But I'm saying that to say, like, if he wanted more money, like, that's on you to go out and get it. If Lee Daniels wasn't trying to give you more money because he want to get big stars on each season, I think Mary J. Blige and all these people, that's money too that he has to break. Go on another show, like, expand yourself,
You're right
push
about
that
that.
album.
You're right about
Instead
that.
of paying somebody with a check $3,500 to jump you, so
Well,
you can try
now
to start a movement.
with that, I did see earlier today that they were saying that the 3,500 wasn't like, it's been like actual news came out saying it wasn't. For
Yeah,
that.
It was
for
training. But
Could
training
be
for the
bullshit.
jumping.
It could be bullshit.
What do you mean training? Why is he paying them for training? For what?
Cool.
To
He
jump
said
him.
he's supposed-
That's what training classes look like.
Supposedly he had a big music video, so he wanted to get in shape for it. Now again, with us knowing, like, we were trying to figure out if he had an album last year, so that's far fetched. Like, trying to get in shape for a music video, niggas
gonna
don't
have
even
to
know
check
if you
his
really
Instagram
made
real
music.
What
quick.
music?
Right.
Let me see if I see
don't-
some workout pictures real quick.
It's definitely weird, but I don't know. Even if the money was a thing, like, dude, out of everybody that I can just think off the top of my head that's on that show, you're the least experienced.
Yeah.
Even the nigga that plays your
You're the
brother
least-
is the new addition, dude.
You're the least experienced,
You got
but you
another
also
Right.
were the most popular.
Right. Like,
Like-
you came in, nobody knew who you were until Empire. You're still the least experienced. You really think you should get the same money as Taraji or Terrence? Come
And
on,
really,
bro.
between him and Taraji, those were like the two most popular characters. Those are the ones that you heard about the most.
Right.
The thing with me towards the situation, when it first happened, I remember I even said, I said it to Skylar and to Dave. I was like, this sounds like some shit out of Rosewood,
Right.
but I can't put it past. Like, I think he went walking to Subway? No.
No,
I
absolutely.
thought-
You're not walking the subway in fucking cold in Chicago
Right.
at 2 a.m. No.
I'm gonna
Right.
order something.
Fuck
What are you
out.
And
talking
even
about?
when everybody, what the fucked up thing is, everybody went straight to the gay. Everybody was like, "You was out there getting some boy butt," like damn, we went straight there. But when it happened, I was like, honestly, that would, if this was orchestrated that way, that would make more sense than walking in Chicago snow to go get some Subway. You could see a MAGA supporter who, and they even said that they sent a letter to
He wrote that shit with his
to
left
Empire.
hand.
Now
Hold on,
they're saying-
I'm
I've seen
gonna
that
get to that though.
today, too,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm gonna get to that too, to where I'm like, not necessarily conflicted. In my head, he lied, but there is some kind of conflicted feelings with me. But they said that the letter was wrote. So I'm like, somebody probably did try to set him up that way. Like, oh, okay, well, you're gonna meet them on Tinder or what's the other one called?
I don't know. I don't do dating apps.
You looking at me like I'm saying, if she don't know, you know I don't fucking know.
It's another one. But anyway,
Black Planet? I don't know.
yo, if they make a Black Planet Tinder type app.
That's what Black Planet was.
That shit is jumping.
Before Tinder.
Hell
Right.
nah, man. Nigga, it took 20 minutes just to get Black Planet to load.
Man.
Imagine 20 minutes just to left swipe. That shit's not happening. But
That would have been click. Would have been swipe. Would have been
exactly.
click.
You're right. Exactly. You just click it and just hope the song plays all the way through. But yeah, so I look at all of that and I'm like, okay, the shit doesn't sound right. However, I don't put it past because there's obviously pictures of him in the hospital bed. The reports of him having his rib broken and everything like that. I'm like, okay.
No, I do believe he got fucked up. Regardless of what, I do believe that.
But he definitely, he paid them. And what's
I
crazy,
would believe that, but I do believe he probably pays somebody.
But what's also crazy is that this nigga said it was white MAGA supporters. He got the blackest people on this earth. He went and got Nigerians.
Of all
some
people.
buff ass Nigerians.
Some swole ass
see these niggas?
There's no way they can sound like a MAGA supporter.
I'm like, crazy because you see the video where they're buying the stuff. Like, this is the one time if I'm the cashier, I'd have been looking like, wait a minute. These two black ass niggas buying hat, gloves, MAGA hat, gloves, ski mask. Hell no, I'm calling the goddamn police.
Some shit is up. Nah, when they got that MAGA hat, that's when it was, oh, y'all good?
Yeah.
Y'all solid.
Meanwhile, it's a nigga in the background stealing shit.
Stealing everything. Like, shit, keep your focus on them. There you go.
I think that was a setup. I think low key the Nigerians probably like set it up to where if they got caught, they're on camera, you know, doing certain things. And let me add, I did check Jussie's Instagram page, and there's no workout pictures or nothing. So he wasn't working out. Because if he was, he would have posted that shit.
Oh, so it's not true unless you post it?
Yeah, for him.
Okay. All right.
First of all, he's a celebrity.
Right.
And if
for him, yeah, I get what you're saying.
If he's working out with two buff Nigerians,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Come on.
First of all, they were white MAGA country supporters.
And on top of that, when I heard the story, I was like, what white supremacists are watching Empire?
Well,
y'all don't even watch Empire.
You're right in that sense, but at the same time, you got to look at it like,
yo, that was the realest logic ever. Y'all niggas don't watch Empire.
No, you're absolutely right.
It's not no white supremacists like, let me check out Empire. Learn the people's names so I can go out, find him, and be like, hey, Jamal, with your pill popping ass.
The only thing with that is, and again, it sounds like some shit out of Mississippi Burning. I get it. The only thing with that is I look at groups like alt-right who go above and beyond with their hatred.
Right.
They'll learn everything about their enemy just to get the one up.
But why him? Why would they focus on him? He's not the only black gay man. And he's not going hard for the gay community like that.
Right, but this is the only black man walking in Chicago at 2
It's
a.m.
Gay Pac. What you mean? You ain't hear him announce?
Gay Pac.
Right.
I didn't get that.
I knew
was
it was
some
bullshit, even though it's kind of dope because I'm glad we're kind of waited so long to kind of touch on it. Because
we were ready to
really,
go in
we
when that
really
shit
got
happened.
to see it unfold. Like, I knew it was bullshit when it first came out. Like, it first came out, I was like, damn, that's fucked up. But I felt like the show was big enough, he was big enough to where the police would really try to push the issue with catching these guys. And then a few days went by, and I'm like, you don't hear shit?
He didn't want to give up his cell phone.
Then I was like, oh, he didn't want to give up his cell phone.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, my nigga. I don't care if this was real or not. If a nigga poured bleach on me and put a noose around my neck, I'm not waiting with the noose around my neck for the police to get there.
Look at all the dick pics you want, but make sure after you look at them, you go through whatever you need to go through.
I'm not doing
that's
that.
why he said he didn't give up his phone. He has personal pictures and information, and phone numbers.
Okay,
and stuff.
fine. Hey, can we see your
You
phone?
imagine Peter Cop. Whoa.
Like, how many dick pics do you take? Is that your dick or somebody else's dick? Oh,
but even if that was the case, look, let me go delete these pictures in. Your own, if that's the
upload them to
case,
my
if
cloud
that is
to check.
truly your problem, your
Go
issue,
straight to the cloud.
right? If that's truly your issue, they ain't gonna have no issue with you deleting those particular pictures. They have no relevance to the case.
but at the same time, it could be considered tampering. So
Right, it
they
becomes
just want your
tampering,
phone flat out. Like, what was you? Because they had to suspect something for them to ask him for his phone. You know what I mean? And now suspicious.
I think
I
the
don't wanna
cops
give him my
kind of
phone.
knew it was bullshit off top.
Yeah.
I think
Absolutely.
as soon as they looked at the footage and realized like we can't see shit on this footage, I think they knew something was fishy with that.
Yeah.
Like they were saying when he was supposed to get attacked, when he said he was got attacked, I think it was still walking through the goddamn subway, like or through getting the subway, and then dudes that were attacking him, like he was late, so they waited on the park bench for him. Like,
Yo,
Oh my god.
they went on having a shoving contest. You move. No, you move. But you know what's even funnier about that? I went directly into my Vegas mindset. I was like, yeah, he went to Subway at 2 in the morning. Yeah, that makes sense. I've been at Subway 2 in the morning. But also remember, everywhere ain't like Vegas. I didn't know Chicago had a 24-hour Subway.
right? Do they?
I don't know, but
They
Jussie
probably
Smollett
do.
found it.
But even if they do, is that the only thing that's open at 2 a.m.? Like, it's 2 a.m. and it's cold outside. Your plane was delayed. So maybe you're a little bit irritated and you choose to go to Subway?
A cold sandwich in the cold.
I would have went somewhere, you know
Even
what I
though you
mean?
can get
Like
it heated
somewhere
up.
else. Like, come on, man.
I would have chose something like wings. You know what I'm saying?
And then on top of that, if you just getting off your plane,
late,
it's 2 a.m. You ain't gonna catch an Uber to go get something to eat. You ain't gonna, you know what I mean? Like it's 2 a.m. in fucking Chicago. Like you're not gonna
in the dead of snow.
No,
Somebody was like, "My nigga, Grubhub exists."
right?
Like get something delivered. He was like, "No, I'm gonna walk it out."
But no, this was definitely one of those what the fuck kind of lies, and it's crazy because he really did pull the wool over a lot of people's eyes until they really start doing the mathematics behind it. And again, I got to salute Skylar and Dave on it because they caught Skylar, Dave, and Jay. They caught the shit early, like nah.
Yeah. I think it's fucked up because this dude lied, and I mean, everybody lies, but you lied in a way that you put people in danger.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because people were ready to ride for you. Like if this was like legit, people felt it was legit. The next person with a MAGA hat you see that looked like he wanted to get rowdy, it was gonna catch.
It was gonna be an issue, right?
You know
it was gonna be an instant issue.
So you put people in danger that didn't have nothing to do with your shit. All the lie for nothing.
Right.
Like we don't know for nothing.
That's a conversation I was actually having with my dad the other day. Even though the shit's not gonna happen whatsoever, so don't expect it. This was one of the very few situations that black people were put in position to apologize to white people. It was like, yo.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that.
But that's what I said. It's not happening whatsoever because I'm like, nigga, if we really want to keep score.
No, his light skin ass lied.
That nigga owes you. Right. But just like what you said, it initially put people in danger. It created this whole, if you're a MAGA supporter in any way, shape, form, or fashion, this kind of bullshit that you be on.
Right. And in a sense, that is the kind of bullshit they'd be on. But in this particular case, they wasn't on it that day.
It was a setup.
I would say they be on this kind of bullshit, but they don't be on this kind of bullshit on purpose. Like when you look at,
nah, they be on this kind of bullshit.
Not to this extreme.
Tiki torches?
Tiki torches, but who was they running up on? Nobody. The dude that ran them people down at the Black Lives Matter protest, that nigga did that shit on accident. He ain't mean to kill no damn body. He just wanted to get the fuck away because he was a pussy.
Either way, he still did it.
He still did it. That's what I'm saying. But for them to intentionally be on it,
like go there with the purpose of
I'm gonna jump this dude.
Who's to say they don't go with that intention, but make it seem like it was an accident? Think about everything that you just said. Mm-hmm. Everything that you just said was an accident. Everything that they do or that we can say is distasteful was an accident. Something's not an accident. Something.
I'm pretty sure they felt cool about it.
But something you can still do something on purpose.
I think MAGA supporters or white supremacists, whatever we're going to classify them as, I think they only get bold when they completely outnumber one person. Mm-hmm. And when you see them, like, look at the little prissy ass white boy that was laughing in the Native American's face. He felt comfortable in that home because he had like 60 people behind him. Mm-hmm. You catch a MAGA supporter on his own, he'll turn his cap back. I saw this shit at my job. Dude was checking in, and he had his cap turned backwards when he was getting checked in by my black coworker. It's only me and him up there, but he had his cap backwards because he's pussy. Mm-hmm. But had he been around 6, 7 other MAGA hats, that shit would have been straight face forward, and he probably would have been talking shit. They not bold like that. They not bold like that whatsoever. So
I mean, but they never really have been either.
But I can see they're not bold like when they're by themselves. Yeah, but in this particular case, if we're going by his statement, it was 2 of them. Yeah. So they would be bold.
Even
like
that don't be enough.
For them, maybe it's so. I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying, but I'm saying we can't really put our mind frame in how people act. I mean, it may be that one MAGA supporter that feels like he can come out there and just hand out L's.
I think the only true MAGA supporter that I think is really out here feeling like they're handing out L's is the cats that look like they were extras from American History X. Mm-hmm. The ones that just unnecessarily prison swole and just really got a problem with anything that ain't white. Man, that ain't blue-eyed, blonde-haired Jesus. Like, those are the ones I think have no problem running up on you and really getting to the function. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But other than that, the rest of these motherfuckers.
What I do want to see, though, I do want to see the LBG, the gay community. I want to see them. Like, I want to see what they're going to say. Like, because they've been awfully quiet about this. I've seen straight black men get slandered for what this guy did, and I haven't seen them come out and say anything. Like, yo, get this nigga the fuck up out of here. Like, we was doing good, and then this nigga come and do this shit. Like,
no, we're always going to take the hit. Always. But one thing I have noticed with LGBTQ community, I think you were trying to say.
Thank you.
Is
too many goddamn syllables.
They're definitely split. They're like split right down the middle. There are some that still ride for him, still feel like, nah, some other shit going on. And when the feds came out and said that, no, we can solidify that the letter was legit, he didn't send it to himself. That, again, that made me be like,
That's what makes it be so weird, because it's like so many different things.
It's so many different variables to it. But yeah, even with all that stuff coming out, they're split right down the middle. Some of them feel ashamed that this is what he did. Some of them are going to ride with him either way. Some people are saying, like, y'all still support R. Kelly, so I'm still going to ride with Jussie. Like, nigga, who?
Right. Tell me who's supporting R. Kelly.
And then, like, I don't think that's the same dynamic.
It's not.
I mean, I don't know.
I
that's
hate
a different story, but yeah.
What I hate about it is it's being justified. Like, we all lie. You've lied before and all this other stuff. I'm like, but when heterosexual men lie, it's memes all over the motherfucking place. It's a whole running joke. Why don't we keep the same energy for everyone?
Yeah, that's very true. The same energy is not kept throughout.
It has to be the same energy.
I will say this, though.
Because we're coming off the same month or year. Was it January Bob I got his ass whooped?
Oh, that's the same month. That's this month.
Same month. Damn, we about to have a hell of a live show. But we're coming off the same month that Bow Wow got his ass whooped by his girl, and everyone laughed at him. Mm-hmm. No one was like, domestic issue. They put out the video of him being in her face, which, in my head, wrong and definitely a bitch nigga move.
Yeah, it was wrong.
However,
he still didn't put his hands on her.
He did not put his hands
not on
her.
camera. Have you seen his little temper? He got a small man.
No, I'm pretty sure he does.
Are you afraid of Bow Wow? I feel like you fight Bow Wow head up.
I'm pretty sure he does have a small man's temper, but from what we can see and what was actually presented to court, he didn't put his hands on the girl.
Yeah. Well,
and also, don't we see that all the time with women?
What?
Being all up in a nigga's face?
Yeah.
Going off? We watched Solange whoop Jay-Z ass in the elevator.
And he didn't do nothing.
Stay away from elevators. When shit really take off, this goes for everyone. Stay the fuck away from elevators. Take the stairs, goddamn it.
Right. But no, I do feel that the Jussie kid, he shouldn't go to jail. I don't believe he should go to jail. And the reason being is because, number one, I don't know, what was it, 2016, that Ryan Lochte, didn't he lie about getting robbed?
He
didn't go to jail. Number two, it's women that lie on men about being sexually assaulted. Mm-hmm. They don't see any type of thing. Number three, this guy lied. Yeah, he lied. He's made a fool out of a lot of people, including himself, but he should be in there with murderers and you know what I mean? Like, come on, make him pay a hefty ass fine.
He's
and
already
let the public
messed himself up.
let the public crucify him. He's fucked already.
Yeah,
so
he got, I think he
jail.
got fired off of Empire.
Yeah. Like,
now, there was rumors saying he was already going to get fired from Empire.
Or they were going to write, so
I heard there was rumors about that, but then there was something saying that wasn't true. So I don't know, but yeah, I know he ain't on those last couple episodes they have.
But that's and again, that is what makes this shit so hard to really track because there are so many variables to it. Now, I'm leaning more so towards that he lied.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm leaning more so towards he lied. I'm leaning more so towards that he orchestrated his own jumping. That's just where I'm at. If it was to come out that he didn't lie and some shit actually happened, I need to know who was so orchestrated enough to get the Chicago PD involved, to get all these store owners and their cameras
make
involved.
It look like this nigga did it.
To make it look like he set himself up. Like, and then out of all people, we did that for Jussie Smollett. We had a whole black president for 8 years. I'm glad y'all didn't touch the nigga. Don't get me wrong.
He had no scandals.
But he had no scandals. You wasted all this talent on Jussie Smollett.
Right.
And that's why I'm like, it's a lot of shaky shit, but I'm like, dog, you lied.
Yeah. Even if he didn't write the letter, somebody that he didn't know wrote the letter, you might have piggybacked off that letter like,
Oh, some piggyback. I guess the white substance was
by
really
Jussie
like
Smollett.
crushed up ibuprofen. I guess that's what the substance was.
So anthrax, they did some fake anthrax.
It was crushed up. Yeah, it was some crushed up ibuprofen. I mean, you couldn't get like the baking soda or nothing. Like you, think about that. That means you went to the bathroom, crushed up some goddamn ibuprofen. Yeah,
whole time like nigga.
They think I'm playing. I'm gonna get these niggas. Like,
can you imagine opening that letter and some white shit? Yo, I'm not gonna lie. If I open the letter and some white shit fly out, you gonna see the whole bitch in me. I'm sorry, bro. Anthrax was taking niggas out when that shit was going on. Let me also just They're like, well, I don't know what to do for me.
It just went away.
Yeah, it wasn't popular enough.
It wasn't popular.
It wasn't. The government was like, yeah, we can do a little bit, but fuck it, let it go.
Cancer was catching motherfuckers way too quicker.
Yeah.
Anthrax came out. I mean, it's all puss ass powder shit.
Now he did come out and say like he has a drug problem that's not treated.
Oh, I already knew that was coming. It was
Yeah,
either going
so
to be
it
mental
had
health
to-
or a drug
Exactly,
problem.
mental
I
health or
already
drug
knew that
problem.
was
So I'm
coming.
like, all right, so he's trying to find a way out. He probably won't go to jail. Probably,
What kind of drugs do you have to be on to think this elaborate? When I get high, I don't want to get this fucking elaborate. I want to watch TV and eat some food.
See, this is where the plot thickens because I got high and made a website.
right,
You probably smoked sativa that day. That was sativa.
It was a sativa that
was
day,
a
right.
sativa. But I mean, shit, you don't.
You're more of an indica nigga.
But even then, you got high and made a website. You didn't get high, crush up some ibuprofen, and write a letter to yourself.
And then said, and now we wait.
Right. He went into work the next day. Hey, yo.
Look at this shit. Like, bro, this shit ain't stamped. How'd you get this? I'll be back. Oh, man, Jussie.
Do
what
people
the
still
fuck?
cut out letters from a magazine? You could just type it up.
Right. Like, you couldn't type
Like, why
it.
did you have to do
You
that?
couldn't do
Like, that
nothing.
was so
He could have
extra.
bought himself some time by taking the Zodiac killer route.
Right.
Like, nigga, decode this shit.
Did y'all see when he went to jail? They had security around him like he was a fucking Unabomber, dog.
Right.
Like,
God.
it was like security, police.
Maybe
Like,
to try to prevent outside people from
no,
getting them.
they preventing him from beating himself up. That's what it is.
He's
We
a threat
saving
to
you from
himself,
you.
goddamn it.
Goddamn it. He gonna jump himself. No, this ain't gonna happen. No. It's
be
like,
like-
when you seen Liar Liar.
Of
When he was
course.
punching himself.
When Jim Carrey beat himself up in the bathroom.
I'm kicking my own ass. Do you mind?
That's Jussie Smollett.
Just gonna be he gonna be at an interview and they assaulted me in prison. Like he had a cell to himself.
For 23 hours.
He is a
by
celebrity.
himself.
We do not put them in the regular holding. We put him in the separate. Yeah.
Imagine if he was in a prison talent show and R. Kelly and fucking Jussie Smollett walked in there.
Nigga, did you see the picture of R. Kelly's mugshot? They're in the same prison.
Well, no, I think that Jessica, he already made bail. Jessica already.
Well, they
made
were
bail.
in the same
They
prison.
were in the same prison though. But just imagine that. Imagine you killing a talent show. Like you are that nigga in jail.
Coming to the stage.
Prisoner 3746 is that nigga.
Right.
And then R. Kelly gets
Coming to the
booked in.
stage, prisoner 4651. My mind's telling me no, motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't know, but shit, I don't think he should go to jail. But maybe that's where he wants to be.
I think there's some other people that should go to jail before him.
Oh, absolutely.
So I just think they just wasted their whole time on this whole situation. They
It's
just
a,
gave
that's
way
a
too
lot.
much
Yeah,
energy.
there's a lot going on.
One guy that we mentioned earlier that we've actually given a lot of time to on this show is R. Kelly. Of course, we all saw that they finally arrested him again. About time. Posted his bail at $1 million, but of course, 10% with the bond, $100K. And Kev, you told me some shit I did not fucking know.
Yeah, I looked up I was just curious, and I looked up his net worth when I seen that they posted or he had the mill for bail. And I was like, whether it's the judges ordering him to pay the mill or whether it's 10% of that, they're saying his net worth as of 2019 is only $1 million. So either way, you're taking a pretty hit. And you got court on Monday. What if your judge tell you he's looking at like 70 years. So what if the judge be like, hey, you're going to be in there for 50 years. You didn't pay $100K for 24 hours.
Right. Stay your ass in jail.
Yeah,
go to
you might as
court.
well.
My thing is, he has houses all over the world. Like, he's flight risk. I'm surprised they
Well, I'm
they
pretty
didn't take away bail.
Well, at first when he first got charged, they were saying no bail because they didn't do it right then and there. I would not be surprised though if the judge was like, you got to give up your passports or
Oh, he definitely gave up the passport.
Yeah, I would not be surprised at that. But yeah, I'm glad they got about time.
What's gross about the situation outside of the obvious pedophilia is what finally made them take this shit serious is that they found another fucking tape.
Yeah,
How many tapes does it take?
Dog.
right.
That's what I'm saying. And I remember I was talking to Jay and Dave about it when they were recording Back to the Classics. And Dave was just like, ugh, like that's just gross. Like,
And why are you still making tapes?
why do you
Like,
still
what are
have
you
tapes?
doing?
Right.
Yeah.
A VHS?
He probably think no one has a VCR. That's why he's like, nobody will catch me with
But
this.
even then, like
I'm hella
I mean, what
confused.
people like to do when they're in that moment is what they like to do. But me personally, I'm like, I ain't even really trying to record the shit. Why are you recording shit? Like, I don't get it.
Because it's R. Kelly.
That's
You know
all.
what's funny? Remember when the initial tape came out? It came out simultaneously with a tape of him eating a chick's ass on like a computer chair. And R. Kelly was like, all right, that tape, that's me. Because the chick was of age. But then the other was like, no, this other one, no, this ain't me. Y'all remember the other tape?
No.
Nah,
They even talked about it. Did you watch Surviving R. Kelly?
Yeah,
You watched it?
I did. I don't remember
They mentioned
that
it.
I
part.
don't remember that part, but yeah.
Yeah, it was a whole tape of him eating a chick's ass. And he's doing the same, looking at the camera they did initial tape. He just really enjoys himself.
It has to be that. It has to be that. But what do you do after you to record some shit like that? Do you like watch it for a play-by-play? Do you like try to dissect
Save
moves? Like what's the point of it?
What you do with your
I don't get
videos?
the point.
Save them.
If y'all could have saw her face with that chuckle, like, boy,
She said, I ain't giving up my phone to police anytime soon.
I mean, I might get a few fans. Who knows?
Hey, I'm telling you, police be like, hey, no, she good. She good. I do got some handcuffs for her. You feel me? But no, that's real shit. I remember watching the Surviving R. Kelly doc, and the girl that ultimately leaked the initial tape, she said, I went through all these tapes to see which ones had
So
me
that
on
was
it.
just the one she took.
I'm like,
That's just the one that just had
tapes?
me. Like, that's wild.
And then she even said on the tape, she had to go past other videos of him fucking kids
That shit's crazy.
to get to her video.
That's
And that's
wild.
what made her think, okay, cool, I'm going to take this.
What's even
Because
more
it showed
wild,
multiple underage. Wow.
what's even more wild is I think they mentioned girls that were still dealing with him, like in the doc, and they were right by his side doing this whole thing. I'm like, y'all are really fucked up in the head. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
really.
have definitely some mental issues, manipulation, brainwashing, all of that. The one that he has dressing like a boy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But
She
that
really
goes
has
back to
some-
make me think, like, you like little boys too, don't you?
Low key, but him and this other dude was supposed to have something going on too, and that he works close with R. Kelly, so probably.
Now, I do feel R. Kelly need to be thrown in jail, but I also feel like his camp, them, they need to get some jail time.
Hell
too.
yeah,
Maybe
they
not as
do.
much as
Yeah,
R.
there's
Kelly,
some-
but they need to be held responsible.
There's a few years amount of people that
Yeah.
need to really go to jail.
Yeah.
Like all the motherfuckers that was talking on the Surviving R. Kelly doc, them niggas need to go.
Yeah,
The
the ones
motherfucker-
that helped him get our
Yeah.
Aaliyah.
Exactly, especially nigga that was talking about I was flying girls in. Your ass definitely need to go. You a
Right.
fucking accessory.
Hell yeah. You a sex trafficking accessory.
Nigga. And then I don't know if y'all remember the initial documentary that was on VH1. What the hell was it called? It was some R. Kelly documentary that was on VH1 before the Surviving R. Kelly joint came out. And there was one dude says in the documentary, I was at R. Kelly and Aaliyah's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells the guy that was interviewing
Who
him,
married them?
Right.
Like,
The-
I have so
But
many
then
questions.
again, I mean, shit. The way these priests be acting, they probably thought it was cool. They
Thought
probably
she
was
was-
married him as like, yo,
Right.
you got some
I'm
little
about to
boys
take this
back
altar
there.
boy down as soon as we
Right.
get done with
As
this.
soon
So
as
trust
we get done
me,
with
we
this, I'm
solid.
about to
We straight.
celebrate with y'all type
and that's
shit.
some bullshit
But
too.
they did say that Aaliyah she wrote down 18 or whatever, and then the witness who was on the initial R. Kelly documentary on VH1, he was like, "Yeah, I signed it. I signed as a witness. That nigga got to go.
Yeah.
Like
He
everybody got
helped-
to go."
He helped to form the documents. So yeah, his ass need to go. His brother need to go.
Well, his brother
He's already
there.
in, but he
Yeah.
go ahead and stay your
His
ass in
other
there because I
brother.
don't
My brother
trust your
got a
motherfucking
preference.
ass.
Right.
He like him younger. I like him older. What's wrong with that? There's a
Hella
lot wrong
shit.
with that.
And what you mean older? He might like some real old ladies.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
You
Because
in
if they
prison
was
because you was raping 80-year-olds? Like,
Right.
come on, dog.
come on, man. Like,
Not gonna lie, the right 80-year-old come around with a black card, beat gonna be all right.
No, I said it too. Like, yo, like, if she should write, you got no problem. I'll be your sugar baby. You need your feet rubbed? Come on, girl. Buy me that range. I rub your feet.
Soon you slide in the panties, gonna be a tag to say just add water.
oh my god.
You be straight going forward.
She got to push to start.
You gotta let that shit heat up like a Cadillac. You just like, what was that? You just wait 5 minutes. I got something for you.
So she pull the panties to the side. Baby, grab that oil down there. Grab that oil.
Like, oh, you want baby oil? No, right next to the WD-40, right?
Grab that oil.
Oh no.
You gotta spritz it on there like you changing brakes. Sorry, we don't have women on this show often.
Yeah.
But one thing that me and Kev was talking about was, and I didn't even know this until we had the conversation outside, people were hitting us both up when we had our Surviving 2018 show. People really have a problem with you not supporting his music anymore.
Why?
They from what
You
I
can't
can
listen to it the same.
right, but from what I hear is it's now I would say it is some bias, but from what I hear is people, well, you can separate the music from the person.
No, not
There's-
his music.
There's a certain limit. I feel like yes, you can do that, but you can only do that to a certain limit. Like morally, you will let yourself. You won't let yourself go past a certain line. You know what I mean? Like we've all probably, like I showed Los, we probably all listen to somebody, a rapper or something like that. That's probably caught a body, and we know murdering somebody is wrong. Yeah, but that's a limit I'm willing to go past and separate the music for. But if you touching little kids, I can't do that. I can't.
And then the shit that he's saying in the songs, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Like he says, it's funny because the other day I was listening to the lyrics, or the lyrics popping in my head. I was like, this nigga was telling us the entire time, and we took it as a hit.
Bro, the cover of Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. He's in the back lurking. I'm the reason Age ain't nothing but a number.
Like, come on.
Like he's been telling us. That's what we gotta look at ourselves. Like we should have known. This nigga been telling us the entire.
But then the people in Chicago knew.
Yeah,
it was a running joke at his old high school.
Yeah. Oh, RKelly coming to the high school.
But that's but I mean, when you call yourself the Pied Piper, that's why.
At your graduation.
You got a cousin or a daughter here? Nah, I'm just
just
how did you get a ticket?
Just
like,
right.
What you
Who invited you?
You only allowed like 7 tickets. I'm trying to figure out how you got one.
Who did you come with?
Right.
Came with myself. I feel like R. Kelly show up to his high school's graduation. They gonna let that motherfucker in. They letting that shit rock.
He performing something.
They gonna let. I was about to say they gonna let him sing. I Believe I Can Fly. Wasn't that at everybody else's graduation?
Yeah, he be like, I believe I can fly, and that'll be that.
They letting all that shit rock. I'm just curious is this time is it gonna stick?
I think so.
Because he turned himself in.
I think so.
He had to. He got indicted.
So.
You know.
Yeah, I think so.
He can only run for so long.
He ain't turned himself in the first time.
Because the first time
they ran up on him at the studio.
I think at the first time he probably felt like there wasn't enough to really lock him up. With this time, maybe he feels enough. Then on top of that, you ain't got the money, and we all know that if you got money, you can manipulate the courts. You know what I mean? Like, and back then, maybe he had enough money to do so.
He definitely had enough money.
Yeah, you had to have enough money that we watched the video of you fucking a child, and niggas was like, "Nah, I don't think that's him."
Right? Yeah. Man. So he had to have some money, but now I think he know he ain't got the money. He know that. They coming from him. And he had to. As soon as the shit dropped, he had enough.
You know what would be the craziest soundbite for us to get from this?
Left the country. As soon as that shit debuted, I would have been out of the country.
When you heard they were going to drop some shit, nigga, you in Zamunda.
Right. Lifetime about to do something. Yeah.
I'm cool. That VH1 shit wasn't nothing. But Lifetime, they've been believing these motherfuckers. I need to go ahead and make that happen. But what would be the craziest soundbite that we would get in 2019 is a tell-all confessional from R. Kelly.
Oh my gosh.
Is the world ready for that?
We need him to do what OJ did with the book.
I didn't do it, but if I
didn't do it, but if I did,
I'm cool. I don't want to read that.
No, I wouldn't want to read that at all. But I'm saying that I would not be surprised if that's how he goes about it.
Did you? I think we even talked about it in the show, but did you see? He did a mock interview where he said he's quote in character of the book, where he's ultimately confessing to it's where he's ultimately confessing to killing Nicole.
Are you talking about OJ?
Yeah.
Oh, in the book, yeah. OJ know he did that shit.
We all know he did that shit. That's why he got the time he did when he stole from himself.
Get that shit back.
Yeah, he should have known. Nigga, you get in any legal trouble, they lock your ass.
You know what's crazy? That nigga did a dime and came right back out on some OJ shit. He was like, I'm still the juice. I'm still out here, baby. White women still love me. We still partying. Still getting this shit going. R. Kelly gonna come out the exact same way.
Hope he don't come out.
Nah.
That's the hopes.
Nah, I think it depends on if they give him like 50 years or something like that. Then no, he not coming out. But let's say he do a dime. He gonna come out all right. He gonna come out flamboyant as hell because they gonna be fucking the shit out of him.
The thing with R. Kelly, what pisses me off so bad, I see R. Kelly coming out not from a dime, not from 50 years, not none of that. Year or two.
Really? And
having to register. But I forgot which. It's a certain kind of sexual predator registration that you got to do. That it's like you're damn near on house arrest. Like you can't.
That shit don't mean nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
his whole team gonna bring him.
Gonna bring the girls to him. Exactly.
Studio. That don't mean shit.
That ain't mean shit to him. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's the unfortunate side of it. I don't see it getting further strictly because it was black little girls.
I kind of disagree with you on that.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people disagree.
I kind of disagree on that. I think with this one, they're really gonna stick it to him. Pause. But yeah, I think they're gonna
stick it to him in prison for sure.
That's for sure.
Because they don't play that shit.
Yeah, that's for sure. And that will be interesting because like in prison, you know they don't deal with like rapists or child molesters, like they fuck them up. But this is an R. Kelly. Like I want to see like because like we got people on the outside that love him. I'm pretty sure there's people on the inside that feel the same way. So it'll be interesting to see like how his life in jail is.
There you go, Rach. Kev turned down the bottle. I'm telling everybody.
You can tell them they can't with me.
Okay.
That was a soundbite. I feel like Lil Wayne.
That would be a cold soundbite.
Hold on, now I'm about to really feel like Lil Wayne. Hold on, where's it at?
The lighter?
Yep.
Wait, are we
Listen, I have the blackest sounding pocket. Did y'all hear all them keys? I'm looking for my lighter.
Six a janitor.
There we go. Lil Wayne time. Sound bites all day. It's just a weird feeling, but I just don't think it's gonna stick enough. Like,
I think if he had more money, I can probably agree with you. But the fact that I think he's kind of on the broke side, I think money just plays too much of a factor.
the reason I just feel like it's not gonna stick enough because have we heard anything from Weinstein?
The difference between the two,
It's kids.
outside of black and white, or outside of the kids, Weinstein got bread.
Weinstein has bread. It's very true. R. Kelly's a black man. He can be a broke black man. He could be the richest black man in the world. He is always a target no matter what.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I honestly believe if this was a white guy that did the same exact thing, had the same exact money, he'd probably get hemmed up too.
So why Spacey ain't in jail?
He has more money than R. Kelly. This is to me. I think this all boils down to money. Yes, race can play a factor. Yes, age, all that. Yes, can play a factor. But I think it boils down to he has more money.
Right. Because all of them support the shit. The court system, Hollywood, they all support the shit. They all help each other get what they want and cover up what they want to cover up. So I think the fact that, and when you say he's worth $1 million, that's not cash. That's assets. That's property.
Yeah, that's not liquid.
So he don't have.
That's not.
He might have $400,000.
This is why we should teach our children to read, because if he knew how to read, he'd have known to own his masters. Because when you told me he's only worth $1 million, I'm like, no, he has.
And it's funny because like I Googled
multiple timeless records.
I Googled it and it was like his net worth was reported at 150 million, but as of 2019, it was at $1 million. And I was like, no, this can't be right. So I clicked on a few things and they all said the same thing. I was like, this guy really?
Yeah. That's complete assets. That's furs. That's you know what I'm saying. That's so many things.
He got one fur coat.
So
this shit was $35 at the Piggly Wiggly. Nigga, this man is worth $1 million.
It's $1 million.
And it is multiple net worth websites like 1 mil.
1 million, all because of him paying off women so he wouldn't get in trouble.
Paying off judges, paying off, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't just pay the people off. You got to pay off the whole
money not
system.
coming in.
Yep.
He
don't got it.
He ain't got it.
And that's why.
I think that's going to play, again, I think race and all that stuff, yes, it does play a factor. But I think the bottom line is he don't have enough money.
Yep.
Crazy. His
and
net
look,
worth,
that's just what his bail is. Imagine when he got to pay his lawyers. He still got to pay them.
He going to have to sell some shit.
He has to.
Yeah, so come on. He ain't got it.
That's why he really should have fled. He should have fled.
If I was him, I would have fled.
He said his net worth has been adjusted from 150 million to just 1 million.
Yeah. If I was him, after that first case, I beat that first case, I would have been trying to establish how I can be a dual citizen. So
I would have left.
No,
I would have no longer been American. As soon as I beat
right,
that first case,
right.
I'm out.
Right, but this is my thought press on it. If he felt like, okay, I beat this case now, I can still stay in the States and do my thing.
And I can beat another one.
Right, I'm going to do my dual citizenship and how this one started to come about, and he felt like, okay, yeah, the walls is closing. I would have left and been good. That's what I would have did. But then again, I don't touch
I also don't touch children.
Yeah,
so.
I don't touch children, so.
But if I did, this how I would have did it. OJ voice. But no, I mean that's real shit. You don't beat a case like that. It's just like OJ Simpson. You don't beat a case like that and then feel so untouchable. Mm-hmm. Now that's gonna always be a black man's demise. Is his fucking ego, because I think that had to be what kicks in with niggas like OJ and R. Kelly. When you beat a case that promised you some time, and as a black man at that. That's all ego that's keeping you around like that.
I think yes and no. I think majority of it, yes. But I think with those two people, they just were so above the typical black people that they felt that way. I think that played a part. Well, yeah, it's
a rich nigga ego.
Yeah,
it's an ego that we don't know about.
It's
absolutely it's a rich nigga. It's rich nigga ego. It's the same. Look at Kanye. Kanye has no problem going out and saying, I support, make America great again. Slavery was a choice. He can say all that shit, but guess what? When his album drop, he's going to go platinum. Mm-hmm. You might as well just hand him a plaque when he announces that he's going to drop an album.
That's true.
That's rich nigga ego.
Yeah.
Again, I never want to have those kind of problems. Like I never want to be in that kind of bracket to where I feel so untouchable that I'm fucking just reckless. Mm-hmm. Fuck out of here. No, I'm cool. So how much time do you think he's going to get?
I don't think, as I said, he was looking at 70 years. I don't think he'll do 70, but I do think he'll at least at minimum. I don't know for sure, but at minimum, I think they're gonna give him like 20 years.
What you think?
I would say 15, 20 years to life.
At minimum.
I think he's going to do a nickel
Wow.
and have to register as a sex offender.
Wow.
And that's a nickel max.
If he had more money, then I can probably go with you on that. But he don't.
He don't. This is true.
He don't. But
And you know what? And with that, here's where I will agree with you is because I look at Cosby only getting 6 years.
I'm sorry, what?
I look at Cosby only getting 6 years.
Yeah.
But he's going to do 3 and be out.
Well, two things playing that. He's a senior citizen and Cosby got money.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I can see where you're coming from. with that.
That's the reason why I think he's gonna do some time because he don't have the money. Like, he just don't.
I don't see him doing more than 5, unfortunately.
I would say, regardless, I will say that I'm happy that the court swallows up and was like, "Yo, get this nigga the fuck off the streets." I am happy.
It's pressure. Apply pressure. It's too popular now.
Yeah.
But you know, outside of sounding like every other black person in the world, now that we're doing this, let's get the rest of these niggas the fuck up out of here.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. All of them need to get the fuck up.
He's not the first nor last nigga that's in the industry right now that did some fuck shit when it came down to kids, when it came down to just raping people in general.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's funny because if you look at the Catholic Church, they've been doing this shit since
Years.
they opened
Oh, yeah.
the doors. And
So I
they
love
have
that
so
movie
many-
Spotlight.
Yeah, I watched that movie and I was like, this is great.
Yeah, they've been doing that shit since the beginning, and they have so many cases where they just done pay people out, pay people out, and they can continue to do this shit in every country without consequence.
And what's crazy about that is the people that can prosecute or higher ups, they know that they pay people to shut up about it.
Because they go to their churches.
That's wild to me.
It's just about being in the right position. But you got to get all these motherfuckers up out of here. That's the one thing that I agree with RKelly supporters. Like, yeah, this should be a shared, this should be a shared approach to all these people that's out here doing this kind of wild shit. Get all these niggas the fuck up out of here.
We don't have nobody.
Nobody.
It's
gonna be Beyonce and Jay-Z. That's all. That's entertainment.
I'm okay
period.
with that.
Hey, listen, Jay got some classics in there, but damn, we getting Jay at like the late approaching 60. Like when he finally retires, there's gonna be we're gonna be entertaining ourselves. So get your bar game up, Rach. We already said we're dropping albums, so it's all good. Let's make sure we get that done.
Yeah.
So we're already an hour in, but this next one we can be pretty quick. It's funny how quick an hour goes when you're drinking. But Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, he got 2 rings this year.
2.
Yeah. He got his Super Bowl ring, he got his prostitution ring.
Now, with that, I'm confused. Was he caught like paying for it, or was he
Trafficking.
Okay.
So he had a business.
Okay. Now, because I wasn't sure, because at first I was like, I didn't know which one. If he had a business doing all that, then yeah, lock his ass up, do it. But here's the case: he's not going to do no jail time.
Absolutely not.
He's not going to do no jail. I'm gonna tell you why. He's not going to do no jail time for 2 reasons. Number one, I said in the report that said his name was not the biggest name within this particular ring.
So he's
He's
snitching.
small fish, right?
No, he's about to 6'9" the shit out of this.
2, 6.6 billion, nigga, you're not going to jail.
He's gonna take a plea deal. So he's gonna get
And the plea deal,
something.
No, I'm saying he'll get something, but the plea deal could be like a house arrest probation.
Unless he has
I'm
information.
a fucking billionaire. I sit in the house.
Unless he has information on a dude who physically has the books, then he's gonna do something.
Why do criminals do that?
It's a business. It's a business. They're businessmen.
Prostitution is the oldest business in America.
I get that. But I'm saying if you're going to do that, why not mask it to look like a different kind of business on the books? I'm not going to write down your name. Robert Kraft was with Susie at this. I'm not going to do that.
They probably do.
I don't know. That's just me.
It's still records, and that's how they track their business.
Yeah, but if it's a business, then yeah, he should have something done. At first, I thought he was just buying. I'm like, shit, what's wrong with just buying a little piece? I wouldn't do it, but if that's what he wanted to do.
But because the rich get certain kind of tax cuts that us everyday niggas don't get, you're able to kind of, slide that supplemental bread, you know what I'm saying, to get this thing going because that's bread that they probably not questioning.
True.
And that's what's so trash because you only hear about rich niggas that are involved in prostitution rings and all this other shit to where you don't have to account for this money that you're spending. So with him, he probably was somebody that was just, you know, he probably in like prostitution terms owned stock.
Got you.
He probably was investing some money and getting some kind of get back from it. I don't think he was
investing on getting the bodies, getting the people,
right. You know,
to move. You know,
and actually circulate. He probably was putting forth the money to circulate the people.
he wasn't going out there finding the people.
Yeah,
he
went.
He went out there. Hey, you.
I don't know. He has a team with multiple rings, so he know about drafting.
Right.
He know about putting together a roster.
Even though I feel like he should face some legal action, and again, this could be the biggest coincidence ever. I do find it odd that within the same week, Cap signs this settlement or gets this settlement. It was reports saying that he could be either on the Panthers or on the Patriots. Robert Kraft been shown with Meek since he got out of jail. Meek and Jay supposed to be working on prison reform, and now his name is tied up with the big prostitution ring. Again, that could be the hugest coincidence ever.
Right.
But it just makes me be like,
Strong point.
I don't know.
It's like when they said they got 21 Savage when he started rapping consciously. Now, at first I didn't believe it, but then I finally heard his shit. I was like, oh, this nigga really. Trap conscious is a weird. It's a weird genre.
No, that song a lot goes hard, and if you really listen to that shit,
he's dropping gems.
Man,
it's like kind of like slow nigga gems, but he's definitely dropping
it
gems.
Is, but
out of all the new
I
niggas,
was still
he's the
like,
only one I can tolerate.
Yeah, no, I say the same thing. Like I fuck with 21. I can't say the Migos. I fuck with Offset. I fuck with it.
The new album is nice though.
Offset is solid.
The one with the bad
Father
album
4.
cover, yeah. The album cover that's bad, yeah. Okay.
Which one you talking about?
Father 4, the new one that just dropped.
Didn't it just
Friday.
drop like yesterday, right?
At midnight.
Yeah.
It did drop. That's right. I gotta go listen to that. But yeah, I heard that some of the singles from it was solid. I forgot the record dropped itself.
They all sound the same to me.
Really?
Yeah.
You gotta give Offset a little more credit.
All of them sound the same to me. Like I don't say they sound the same. All of their music sounds the same.
Not really. I mean, the song he has with Cardi B, she raps the fuck out that song.
Different. It sounds different because of who?
It looks like Cardi. It sounds like Cardi B's song with Offset.
With Offset on it.
Yeah, I was like, oh man.
Wait, they came through Drippin' record?
No, it's called Clout.
Oh, on Offset's album.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm listening. I fuck with Offset personally.
Tell me how it goes.
I got you. I'll let you know. But you know what? This was your first. I'm putting you out there. This was your first time listening to Cushion Orange Juice. Can't take your music expertise seriously. I was fucking with you.
Listen. I will say this: that goddamn mixtape is amazing.
Ain't it?
I will say that. But at that time, when did that come out?
Ooh, shit. 2008, 2009.
Oh, I was Hooper Kev then. I wasn't listening to that slow
Let's
shit.
find out. Let's find out.
If
I wasn't weed head low shit. I didn't smoke my first blunt till 2012.
Fine, but I'm playing basketball. I'm trying to get up and do some shit. I ain't trying to be chill. Like I'm spending all my days in the gym. That would have put me in too much of a relaxed mood. So I wasn't even on that then. Now since I've calmed down, of course, then yeah, it can be great. But back then, I wasn't trying to hear none of that slow shit.
I'm really trying to find out. 2010.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to hear none of that slow shit there.
Damn, that shit was 2010. I didn't realize it was that late in the game.
9 years.
You know what? Yeah, because he is coming up on 10 years with it. I forgot he's supposed to do something next year.
He's supposed to do like the Drake thing.
Nah, he already got it on Spotify and the streaming platforms. So he's already making bread off of it. That's why that one record I played for you, Never Been, that beat is a completely different beat. It's the same fucking lyrics. So he probably didn't get it cleared. Or it could have been one of them random moments where the nigga that made the beat died. I know that's like extreme, but I don't think you're just going to not clear a record for Wiz Khalifa. You don't let that rock.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting back to Robert Kraft, I'm curious to see what he actually gets, if he gets anything, because I actually wholeheartedly agree with you. If 6ix9ine is getting a plea deal to where he's getting the fuck out of prison, Robert Kraft about to drop some names.
Yeah.
But this is a different situation. Like 6ix9ine, he's getting offered protective custody. I don't know if they're going to do anything protective custody wise with Robert Kraft.
Why would they need to?
Hey, rich assassination is way different than rap nigga assassination.
True, and I know it happens.
They get snipers.
Yeah, true, and I know it happens, but how often do we hear, when we do hear about people snitching in the prostitution ring, that
natural causes? He died of natural causes.
Yeah, I don't see it going to that extreme. I don't even think he'll snitch because I don't think he's gonna have to. I think he's going to get something. I don't think it's going to be jail time. It may be a couple years of probation or house arrest. I believe it'll be that because his bag is that big. $1 billion is a lot. So he got 6.5 of that.
But if he's the first link in the operation, and
they're going to make an example out of him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
You got to tell on the top person.
It'll be interesting to see.
Or,
but even if he tell, I don't think it'll be one of those things like 6ix9ine where, you know what I mean, he was... Because these are rich white dudes that are trying to get a nut, basically. 6ix9ine dealing with actual killers. I mean, I just don't think Robert Kraft will have that same, he needs to be protected like 6ix9ine. Like 6ix9ine, it'll be hard for him. He needs to have plastic surgery and just change all that shit.
Unfortunately, and this is going to be a weird sentence, but I'm still going to say it. Hood killers and rich white people are the exact same threat.
Oh, I believe it.
Like to a T.
I believe it, but I just think the rich white people are a little bit more conscious of how they're going to do things opposed to the hood black person.
No.
You don't think so?
They have the same logic. Oh, he going to tell me I'm fucking killing his
Exactly.
ass. What I got to do to get
reckless.
Ed killed? Who we got to call?
Dog, we still ain't found Jimmy Hoffa.
The drive-bys. Like,
we ain't found, with all the technological advances we've had since that motherfucker disappeared, we still ain't found Jimmy Hoffa. Like, it's rich white people money, you know what I'm saying? When they want some shit to disappear, they gonna make some shit disappear.
Especially with legal matters, white people come up missing all the time when it comes to legal
all
matters.
The time.
Yeah,
Lawyers.
You guys may have a point, but I'm just confident in that man's bag to where, had we just talked with other people, they paid off judges. I'm just confident in that bag that he is not going to do no jail time.
He can now.
He'll get something, but I don't think he's going to go to jail.
Now, his bag is definitely big enough to pay off a judge or two. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. The thing is, with these kind of situations and with us being in this new technological era, it's more eyes than just that judge on this situation. So if he's paying the judge, he got to pay prosecutor.
If he was paying the judge, he and the couple of judges, he was already paying them.
Oh, yeah.
So now, since everybody knows now, that shit is open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody got the handout now, and so...
True, but if you pay off the right people and they can change that narrative and that paperwork, then it don't matter. Because hypothetically, if they came out saying that he wasn't soliciting, he was just caught buying or something like that, that paperwork changed. That shit changes right then and there, and I think he might have the ability to do so. I don't know.
They already released that he was involved in trafficking.
No, I do believe that. I'm saying like as a hypothetical.
If they were to just switch it up, like, did we say traffic? We meant...
I think he has the power. Like, even though all the eyes are on it, he has enough money, enough power to where they can somehow change some documents or the narrative, basically. But
I agree with that as well. Just looked it up. Robert Kraft has a net worth of $6.6 billion. Yeah. So I'm just.
Not that. Well,
I'm
sorry.
I say it's way more than what niggas got right.
I mean, it is, but you know what I mean. Like,
but as far as like as a billionaire, no, I see what you mean. But being a billionaire in football,
on the lower end of the billionaire.
Yeah, he's on the lower end of the billion, but he's on the higher end of the billionaire spectrum when it comes down to football.
Yeah.
But now I'm going into.
He ain't working with other football owners.
He might. They may be a part of the ring.
But it has to. It's going to be some other businessmen involved.
I think so.
You know what I mean?
I think it's going to be some higher people involved.
He's probably supplementing some type of income. You know what I mean?
And that's why I think he's going to end up taking the 6ix9ine deal. He's going to drop some names, and the names are going to come out. You're going to be like, "The fuck? What? Are you serious?" Yeah. Now, going into to a scenario here, $6.6 billion. How much are you telling him he has to pay you to keep your mouth shut or to overlook something? A nigga that's worth $6.6 billion. Knowing that you're already an accessory to it by knowing something.
I want at least $1 million, 1.5.
You want at least $1 million. Mm-hmm. You look at the amount of people that would be involved in it. That's just saying 1.5 million. There are some motherfuckers that will be out here. I want $1 million a year.
Damn, I gotta think bigger.
Exactly. Honestly, if I was in a situation to where I knew some shit that this man's gonna get locked up for the rest of his life, I want $1 million a year. And I don't want any of that money questioned.
Do you think he has to pay off, like, it'd be the amount of people be like 100 people that he would end up having to pay 100 people?
I don't think it would end up being 100 people.
But how many people do you think he would end up having to pay off?
If I was just throwing out a ledger, 50
people,
50, 75 max. But with that small amount of number of people, that determines whether or not you're free, because it's like you just said, Rach. It's not like he was buying the pussy. He was taking part in the distribution of it.
Right.
That's for buying the pussy alone. You're getting like a year. Now imagine you're one of the financial advisors for this shit. You're one of the people that's actually putting the money in to continue the circulation. Sex trafficking is a big fucking deal.
And then you have to think about there's other charges if they had a business that they use as a cover up, money laundering, or you know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
They got all that too.
It'd be some different thing. The reason I asked you that though is because let's say we have 50 people. 50 times 5, what? 250? Still not $1 billion. So he can pay. He can pay 50 people for 5 years and still not hit a dent in his cash flow. Is what I mean. Like,
now 5 years for the rest of your life.
That's because we don't even know if it's the rest of your life. But then on top of that, like you guys both just said, he's a billionaire probably with power. You think you gonna really pay somebody the rest of your life $1 million if you got a chance to make this person disappear? It can lot. I'm saying there's a lot that can go into that.
This is true. Now we're all conspired. This is why we need to catch somebody with money doing some fucked up shit. Because I think we're all very much so prepared.
Yeah, I'm prepared to
to extort that motherfucker.
I've thought about this all the time. I know exactly what I'm
look at it like, if I know some shit about you, cool. I want $1 million for the rest of my life. If you want to knock me off, you can get to me because you have the money to do so. But don't be that confident that I'm the only person that knows this shit.
That's true.
Don't think I'm not breaking off somebody else to also hold this secret with me. Just in case some shit happened to me, they ready to drop some shit. It's just like with the RKelly sex tape. He paid dude $250,000 to get that tape back, and the tape still dropped because he made copies.
You're absolutely right.
So it's like I'm assuring, like, nigga, if I die, the second I don't answer this text message, your shit is on the front. And sex trafficking, they include kidnapping. Kidnapping is a life sentence out the gate.
Yeah.
So sex trafficking, you're going away. You're out of here for sure. A life sentence, your bag has to be phenomenal to keep you out of jail.
I think it would all depend on what his, I guess, I don't want to say position, but what his tier status. Like, is he involved in this, but he kind of like bottom of the totem pole, you know what I mean? Or is he like one of the major guys? I think that's going to play a huge factor.
I think he's one of the smaller ones.
Yeah, if he's one of the smaller ones, then maybe I can see them trying to go after the bigger fish. But if he's like one of the big dogs and he's doing this, no, okay. You're probably
now, it could be a surprising thing because like we said, $6.6 billion compared to all the other billionaires of the world, that's not shit.
Right.
But what if he is the top dog and everybody else involved in it is like 1.2 billion, 3.6 billion?
Then he's going down.
He's gonna be that
one.
Exactly.
But I think that this shit's been going on forever, and they have tours that are where they take you from America and they take you through tours where you can choose children, women, men, boys, whatever. So this business has been going on for a long time, but there's a reason, like you said, why it's coming out now.
Yeah.
Like, why now?
Why now? Yeah.
Who they tell now? Because
right.
if you can go online and sign up for these damn tours, there's somebody being paid off to keep that shit quiet. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Shit, look at drug trafficking. How long did Ricky Ross do?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think he did a dub, 30 maybe.
I don't know. I can't remember.
He did like time off of drug trafficking. They were trafficking people. And again, kidnapping is a life sentence out the gate.
Yeah.
His bag has to be way more than $6.6 billion to keep him out of jail right now.
Yep. And then
that
if you really think of
where he is on that totem pole, though.
But then he has something to think about, because if he has $6.6 billion and he knows he's gonna have to pay off a certain amount of people,
and like we just discussed, that's assets.
Right, that's assets. That's not
what he has in his pocket right now.
So he has to think about, okay, if I pay all these people off, that's my whole little legacy gone. My family's not going to be taken care of. Like, it's so much.
I still own a team.
Yeah, like.
But I get exactly what you guys are saying, but I think we got to look deeper to that, because me personally, if I'm a multi-billionaire like him, you may know my net worth is $6.6 billion.
But that's not all I got.
I got offshore accounts. I got a whole bunch of stuff. He's
this
an older white.
Shit's not included.
He's an older. Yeah, he's an older white dude. So it's not hard for me to believe that he don't have that money. On top of that, like we said, regardless, he still is the owner of an NFL team. The Patriots make money.
Absolutely.
So he's still
they're America's team.
Yeah, he's dishing out money with it, but he's still money getting. You know what I mean? So it really depends on where his structure is.
Now that's also another thing. to look at offshore accounts. That's how they got my dumb ass about to say Gordon Gekko. That's not a dude, but Wall Street's an amazing movie. What's my man's name from Wolf of Wall Street?
The main guy?
The main guy. The real guy.
Jordan
Belfort.
I think it's Belfort or Belfort, something like that.
No, I think it's Belfort. His offshore account snitched on him.
Yeah, probably.
This nigga had bread overseas.
Yeah, probably for that.
And when they started seizing everything, they was like, dog, we'll give you this if you release this dude's paperwork. That's what ultimately got him caught up. And then he had to snitch to get himself out of that situation.
You're true, I believe. But
so trust me. So now you got to pay to keep the offshore accounts, keep them niggas quiet too.
But that's just that particular offshore account. We really don't know what kind of shit this dude, like, no, we don't know. That's all I'm saying is we just don't know. It's a lot that can go. We can speculate, but we just don't know. And as much as I love that movie, I don't think Jordan Belfort, whatever the fuck his name is, I don't think he had $6.6 billion.
He was up there though.
I know he was up there, but I don't think he had
definitely
that
up
much.
there.
But yeah, it's we just have to see, I guess.
I just personally, I just don't. I think there's not enough money to keep you from getting got. Because at one point, the richest
man,
man
has to be. We've seen it.
I'm telling you, it's not. At one point,
we've
richest.
seen it. What do you mean? We've seen people have more money and stay out of jail.
No, but
Harvey Weinstein is a prime example.
Right, with sexually molesting people.
In general,
when you see motherfuckers that are doing big number shit like this, I don't think it's enough.
The thing is, we barely see big names or anybody do stuff like this. How many kidnapping charges that make media news headlines?
Absolutely,
we know it happens.
There's
constantly.
a serial killer that stays out of jail.
We know it happens.
Right. No, absolutely.
But I'm saying, like, there has to be enough money that's going to keep you out of there, or it has to be.
I guess. Okay, let me rephrase. I guess when it comes down to money movements. At one point, the richest person in the world was Amalo Carrillo Fuentes. He was he ran like the Juarez cartel. He had like he was him. He was that guy. That nigga got fucking, and then he got picked off before he even went to jail. We just watched El Chapo get locked up. I think when it's money movements like fuck rape, murder, and all that other stuff, yeah, we see niggas get away with that all damn day because what the consequences of that are way lesser than when it comes down to money. And that's a real fucked up thing.
But El Chapo also helped his community level up too.
Absolutely. Because he's putting the money in the right places. Right. Absolutely. But he wasn't putting the money in the right places outside of his own country.
Exactly. And that's where the problem was, because if he was breaking people off, he would have still.
But he has the bread to do so. But he's about to get life. He's probably gonna get the death sentence.
I mean, yeah, but that can also be to him just being greedy. To him just having it or just having it, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, they say Pablo Escobar has so much money, rats and stuff are eating his money. Yeah, that's a lot of money to have, my nigga, but your country or your town is, like, they're starving. Mm-hmm. That's greed showing that you're holding all this money, that you're letting rodents eat when you could be giving it to another kid that's starving. That's greed. So I think with El Chapo, maybe that's part of greed. But to your point, I think drug trafficking is a little bit different from the bigger stuff because I noticed they care more about the drugs than they do the trafficking.
Right, because America want to control that drug money.
Yeah, exactly. They want to control the drug money. Then I think America makes a lot of money on sex trafficking.
Absolutely.
They make a hell of money.
Yeah, so I think they don't really want to. We stop that business on certain points. You can't do it, but you can type shit.
Now, very true. They make a lot of money on drug trafficking. With that same point, well, drug and sex trafficking rather. With that same point, look at the war on drugs. All the money that was being made, and then motherfuckers started talking like, no, the government brought this shit here. Now all of a sudden we gotta lock everybody up. So now they're fucking up their own stream of income to
try to
save face. Exactly.
But that war on drugs was just a plot to
to like a black people. Absolutely.
System. Yeah, but
absolutely. But that don't mean they didn't make money off of it and they didn't fuck up their own stream of income.
I think they were still getting paid. I just think sometimes when they take out some big people, it's to move some other people in. Because if this one person is getting all the shine and they cocky and they know they got money and, power and everything.
And we don't fuck with you. So yeah.
Right. So, okay. So that's how you want to be? Okay. Let's take you out and then I'm going to put this person in your place and make them be quiet and so they can move the stuff around, Right.
And then I think the war on drugs, I mean, it can shift the narrative especially back then, when you thought about drug dealer, as bad as it might sound, most people think about some urban-looking black dude, or whatever the case is.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
You're not thinking about the white Wall Street dude, the one that's actually moving the drugs. So we're on drugs, and on your head you got these black thugs, and you want to get them off the street. So yeah, in a sense, they fucking up their own income with that small time, because they got the big dogs, the white big dogs, really moving the money. So yeah, you can say they've messed up their stream of income, but I kind of agree with Rachel.
They're just gonna get somebody else to move it. Somebody more quiet until they get too loud.
Exactly.
Yeah, until they get too loud, and they gotta make an example out of it. How do we know Robert Kraft didn't get too loud? At least in that community.
He might have.
He might have, but shit, the way it's looking, it don't look like nigga said anything. Except I want a prisoner to be reformed. Oh, you do? Well, let's throw your ass in there.
Unless he's top and that somebody wanted, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always a whole bunch of different scenarios. You might want to move out the way. So.
Mm-hmm. I thought at first he was just buying the cooter. I was like, hey, ain't nothing wrong with it. That's what he want to do. But then no, you're
still
soliciting it. Yeah, but I mean, if he a billionaire, his wife
he
is
can make
dead,
that go away.
His wife is dead. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, if he feel like he got to go do that, it ain't cool. But all right. But you know, you soliciting the shit, no, lock his ass up, or you know, he got to see some type of justice.
I'm just very curious to see what happens from it.
I can't wait to see.
It's gonna be fun. I think we have put in enough time with the noise. Rach, we appreciate you coming on.
Of course.
It is all I've noticed it is always a great episode when you come on the show. So we appreciate you bringing your light and your love to the Noize podcast.
I hope I wasn't too politically correct. You know?
Of course, you know that's the whole purpose of Melanin Boulevard. Melanin Boulevard, say what should be said.
Yeah.
We love having you on. Like this is a show that we talk the most shit, as much shit as we possibly can. So to know that we can have somebody that comes in with the exact same mindset as us, it always makes for a better show. And I think this was really a solid show. Let the people know where they can find you at, and let the people know, Kaleidoscope, Melanin Boulevard, the whole nine.
Yeah.
Well, you can find me at Rach Da Gem on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow Melanin Boulevard on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I still post. I haven't recorded in a while, but I'll be doing some lives to kind of talk about things like this. But
oh yeah, because I showed it. I was on my Apple app day before yesterday, and I was like, what the hell is going on with Rach? I did say it to myself in my head.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
I caught myself because she posted one of the episodes, and I'm listening. I was all like, "Oh shit, that Auntie B?" Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, this is an old episode."
It runs back. It runs back just to keep, to keep the listens up.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm gonna start doing lives whenever I feel like combing my hair.
That's straightforward, right?
Yeah, that's really why I don't do lives. So I'd be like, ooh.
She even said, she was like, "Is this gonna be one of y'all visual podcasts?"
But yeah, so look out for Melanin Boulevard. Episodes will start up soon. The website's gonna get redone and all that. And then, but you can still listen to me on the Kaleidoscope on Hot 7025 FM every Friday 2 to 4, or run it back whenever you want the show reel. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Y'all just did the AVNs, right?
We did, yeah.
How was that?
It wasn't what I thought it would be.
What you think it was gonna be?
Like way more fun. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What's fun to you?
She was trying to get her titties clamped.
Something interactive.
She laughed like, "Oh, that was funny," but shit, I was.
But real shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was cool if that's your industry, because you kind of see the business side of it. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's a great business to invest in, because that shit's never gonna go away.
Never.
They have call centers for payment processing.
Wait, you got a call center for it?
Bruh, you remember Girl 6? You remember that movie?
Well, not that. Well, they have that, but like for instance, like when people make payments for like membership sites or whatever, they have payment systems. They have call centers that help you with certain situations. It's still a product. They still have to have customer service.
Imagine calling in, yo, got my thing stuck in this Pussy Blaster 3000. Could you help me?
You got it.
What?
Product
in this Pussy Blaster 3000.
Pussy Blaster 3000.
Yeah, so I saw that, and then we went to like the I forget what it's called, but the room, and it just had a bunch of like sex toys, and that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? So I got to
I don't know what you're saying. Explain.
I like sex toys.
The end, my nigga.
So I got to see like all the new sex toys. I got to see like a real live doll. I was like, okay.
Like a robot?
No, like the silicone dolls.
Oh, the ones that's supposed to be moving like by themselves. Or
well, they
like
don't.
That?
This one didn't move. I don't know about that one.
Which got to be like fucking a dead body.
But it's silicone, and then like a pussy pocket. I touched it, and I was like, ugh, that shit feels nasty.
like nasty.
Have you ever touched
like,
a pussy pocket?
No.
If I tell you ever touch a pussy, like, nope.
Or it was a flashlight.
was
that
it like,
shit felt
did it feel like a real one?
No,
That's
it
why it was
definitely
nasty,
didn't feel,
or
it just
what?
didn't feel real. It was like extra, like, ugh, like, like flub. Like that's the sound that came to mind. Like it just didn't feel good. I'm like, man, guys don't have good sex toys.
The pussy ain't hidden unless that motherfucker go flubber.
That's how it felt. But they had like a bunch of dildos. And that was fun.
You knocking some shit off, flubber. I'm in this motherfucker
Right.
now. Let's get it.
Then they
Got
have some
that
shit that like
flubber.
sticks to a wall. That shit
I'm
was
sorry, what?
crazy. Like this dildo that sticks to a wall. And
What will
it's-
be the purpose of that?
like if you're a cam girl or a cam boy, like you put it on the wall and it fucks you. Or if you're not a cam boy or a cam girl, you want to be at home and get fucked.
Here's
You
the
put a dick on
childish.
the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the childish part of me. In my head, I thought that cam girl uses it and then throws it against the wall. Like soon as she gets hers off,
And it got to move like the doorstop.
right? Exactly. like you know the sticky hands that you get at the corner machine.
Yeah. No, that's not.
You get yours, and just like that's how you sign off. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
And then the camera zooms in on the thing and it goes black.
Then credits.
No, yeah, it sticks on, like, it suctions to the wall. So, you know,
Wow.
So you throw it back on the wall.
you can throw it back on the wall.
I want to know who thought about that.
Some
Like,
sick
who invented that?
motherfuckers.
Who was sitting at home like, I'm gonna make a dick on the wall.
Can you imagine being at a pitch meeting and you just shook this dude's hand and then he said, "I present to you the fleshlight." Nigga, I just shook your hand.
Right.
Like I've tested this.
That's probably
many
how
a
that shit
times.
goes.
That's
Like,
crazy.
but yeah, that was fun. Like, I love that shit. Anal plugs and anal beads, you know, I like weird shit like that. And then this Asian lady, like, wanted to take a picture with me, and I was like, I don't know why, but we went upstairs to try to meet, interview these girls. And it was like a little event in one of the rooms, but they weren't letting press in. And so when I walked up, the guy was like, "Are you talent?" I was like, I could lie today, but I was just trying to think, like, am I trying to get in? Because they're not going to let him in. Because I wasn't by myself. I was with my co-host. And I was just like...
Yeah, so he didn't look like talent?
Yeah, he does look like talent, because talent don't be looking too good when it's the guy sometimes.
Damn.
It just needs to have the dick.
You could have said he was a director.
Well, he did look like a director, actually. He had his, like, these... I was like, when he came out, he had, like, this button up on. And it was, like, had this design on. I'm like, you look like a director. Good job. But yeah, I was like, I could lie and say I'm talent, but I was like, no, I'm not talent, you know, but can we get in? He was like, no. I was like, fuck. I should have said I was talent. But
What
yeah.
if he was like, prove it?
I'm like, how?
You see that dick on the wall?
I'm like, shit, you ain't said nothing but a word. What? Like,
That'd change the whole dynamic of you and your co-host relationship. Like, oh shit. Kaleidoscope.
his
became
crazy
a-
ass probably be rooting me on with his dumb ass.
Maybe. Shit. That's support. You got to have a teammate on
Got
board.
to. But
Shit.
yeah, no, it was fun. It was cool. It just wasn't what I thought, but you know.
Got it.
It was all right.
One more time since we went like 5 extra minutes. Let people know where they can find you.
Rach Da Gem on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Follow Melanin Boulevard. The Boulevard is abbreviated on Instagram, but I'm sure you can look it up both ways, spelled out and abbreviated. Melanin Boulevard. You can still listen to all the episodes on all the platforms, Apple Podcasts, everywhere, Spotify, iHeartRadio. And check me out every Friday, 2 to 4 on The Kaleidoscope. It's The Kaleidoscope_LV on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook.
Kev, let the people know where they can find you.
_Hollywood Kev on Twitter. _Hollywood Kev _ Instagram. I don't do Snapchat. So, yeah.
At Big
I
Los
do
IG on IG. Listen, you're going to attract more questions like premium, or do you do?
Thinking about it, shit.
She about to get
I would be
DM.
calculating, like, they got how many followers? And this is how much? Shit.
She about to check her phone DM. So about that dick on the wall.
And we already gave you a way to send off.
Hey.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. At Big Los IG on IG, Big Los 89 on Snapchat. And that's all the places you can find me because I no longer have a Twitter. That's right. Yep, that's that. At the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, you can follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. Just to kind of give you guys a heads up, we are going to be dropping a new website very, very soon.
Which is dope.
Which is pretty dope.
Yeah. Los was in his bag on this one. I got to give him credit.
It's indica. Oh no, wait, sativa. What did we say it was?
It had to be
Sativa.
sativa.
It had to be a sativa.
Yeah.
And of course, about to say that, yeah, okay, well, no, because it'll be Sunday. Technically next Thursday, the 28th.
Yeah, technically, that's the same week, though. Because Sunday's supposed to start the week off.
If you talk to the right person, they'll be like, it's next week.
Fuck.
Well, Thursday, the 28th, our first official live cast on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. This episode will not be available through the streaming platforms, only be available through our social media. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and like I said, the Noize Podcast, follow the Noize Podcast, and subscribe to the Beat Network YouTube channel if you want to catch this live. February 28th, 2 p.m. Pacific is what we said.
I don't fucking know.
You just gonna show up?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I do every day. 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time again for the ignorant folks. Pacific Standard Time. Again, Rach Da Gem, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Pretty sure we'll have you on the show again in like a month or two.
I'll be right there.
Yeah.
We got to get her drunk again because we found out so much about
I
Rach.
thought you found out so much regardless, but you know.
She was like, it was coming anyway. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support. And as always, Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.